Hello everyone, welcome back to Redstone, a Beginner's Approach. My name is Zerul, and I'll be your conductor for today's Train Recommend episode. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about the last little component here before we start getting involved with logic gates and things like that, and this is the Redstone Comparator. Now, the Redstone Comparator is an item that was just brought in with the most recent update, with the Redstone update here. And it adds a few different features. It's got about as many different functionalities as the Redstone repeater. Some of these can be a little bit confusing, so we'll go ahead and explain this if we can. So let's go start off with some of the basic things. So the first thing that you can do is this can work as a diode. Now, just like the Redstone repeater, when you are doing a circuit, let's go ahead and break this real quick to show you what I mean here. Just like before. Again, say that you wanted to have this thing, this lever, activate those two, but not that one. Well, unfortunately, because of feedback through this, it's not going to work. So what you need is a diode that allows this to go one way. So just like the Redstone repeater, this will function as a diode. Now, if it's a low delay. It has a 1-tick delay, just like a repeater on a minimum setting. However, the thing that is different is that the signal strength of the item when it goes through will remain the exact same thing. What this means is, for instance, say that this is at the end of a run that is 13 long. You normally have 2 extra you can go. You put this in as a diode, and you have 2 more squares, 2 more blocks of redstone line before it runs out again. It doesn't change the signal strength of the line it's going of the line it's impeding there. So that right there is the first thing that you will use it for. The 2 main things that most people use it for is either comparison or subtraction or diminishing. So the way a comparison works is a Redstone repeater has 2 sides. You have the input side here, and then you have a comparison side to one of the sides there. So let's go and do this. So let's say we have this set up here, and this has a signal strength of 15, 14 going into this. Well, this lights it up because this is greater than this. Similarly, if we turn this off, the 0 is not greater than this, so it doesn't turn on. Let's go and do this here. So on this side, you have 15, 14, 13, 12, 11 going into here. So 11 is greater than 0, so it passes on through. You turn this on, it cuts off. So it's 15, 14, 13. 11 is not greater than 13 there, so this blocks it from going through. If the signal, in the main mode, in comparison mode, it only allows the signal to go through if the input coming into the side of it has a signal strength that is less than this. So that right there is the first thing. It also has another mode. You can activate the other mode by right-clicking the thing, and you'll see the little torch will light up here when you do that. So let's go ahead and turn these off to show what this is. This is the subtraction mode or the diminisher mode. So when you have this in here, you know that you are in subtraction mode. So let's turn this on. So this, being right next to it, has a full strength of 15. So we count up 15, and we get all the way down here, and it lights us up, like so. Well, what I have strung up here is I have a 14 total redstone line. So when activated, this will send a signal strength of 1 into this. Subtracting 1 from the 15 gives us 14 blocks, and what you will see is that the block at 14 remains there, but the block at 15 turns off because the signal strength has been diminished by 1. Like so. So this is the second thing you can use this for, is for this. The third thing, you may not use too much, but you can use it as kind of a clock. So here is as a slowed down version, but what happens is it goes through here. Actually, let's see here. Yeah. So when we have it on here, so this has got a strength of 15. It goes through here, and it hits this. And then because there we go. Sure, yeah. So so because this is subtraction, it goes through this, and then it goes through this. This is in here for a delay. This is providing a full 15 strength input into here, refreshing it because it's a repeater. So 15 minus 15 is 0. So this sends out nothing, which means that turns off, which means that goes through again, which means it repeats in a cycle. If you were to increase that, you would see the cycle would increase. Similarly, you can do this, and you'll see in that case. So technically, it does work like a clock. It is a very, you can make it set up as a very simple clock. But that right there is one thing. The last thing, which a lot of people use it for, is for inventory comparison. So basically what this does is this allows you to check how much of an inventory has been filled for most inventory items. So let's go ahead and go over to this. So this is a dispenser. So in this case, this dispenser is completely filled up with 9 stacks of an item that are at maximum stack level. In this situation, at 100%, this will go out a full 15 blocks. Okay? When you remove these, so now we only have 2/3 in, this will only give you 2/3, rounded down, of the signal strength, cutting that out. Put it back in, and goes back up to full there. Now, for items that do not stack fully, in this case, like a minecart, for instance, or any item, the amount of items it can stack, or the amount of items it can put in a total stack contribute to how much it is considered. So let me explain that. So we have a minecart which has a single stack of 1, counts the same as 64 oak planks. So let's say that this is equal to 64. This, which has a stack of 16, is also equal to 64. So we'll say that each of these 1 ender pearls counts as 4. Like so. So that right there is equal to that, is equal to 16, or that is equal to 1 ender pearl. And you see, in this case, with the furnace, we have 2/3 of this filled in. So, as in this example, because 2/3 of it are filled in with maximum numbers there, we have 2/3 of a maximum signal strength. Now, for items with more possible space, it requires more items to give you that maximum signal strength. So in this case, we have 6 stacks of items, and look at this. So 1, 2, 3. I mean, we're not getting much at all there. In this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say we went ahead and grabbed that. There we go. You'll see that because the space is even greater, the signal outputted is even less. Now, notice here, this is just filled up with junk. Some things, like the ender chest, don't give you anything from a comparator. So, that's that. Let's go ahead and check one more thing here. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves another chest, like so. Put that there. There we go. Yep. So when this is adjacent to it, and I believe, just to double check on that. Yep. So basically, it checks what is right next to it. So long as it's facing that direction, outputs it that way. So that's pretty much it. The comparator is really, really handy. Most people, again, will be using them for either a diode, which doesn't affect signal strength, or comparing the strength of two outputs, or that kind of thing. You could, for instance, chain these together. You have one chest which has a certain designation of items there, and you have another chest, and when the other chest gets too full, it sends a redstone signal into that, cutting off something else. The ideas are so on, just all over the place. So anyhow, that right there is it. This is the comparator. Now, as I've repeated multiple times in the past, I am a beginner at redstone. This is my understanding of the way this works, and I'm certain there are some complexities that I am not getting. So as we start going into gates, logic gates here next, if I make a mistake, I'll definitely come back and make sure I let everyone know that there. If anyone catches a mistake, please let me know there. But overall, I think this is a really, really nice addition into Minecraft there with the Redstone update. So next episode, like I said, we're going to go and start working with the gates. We're going to go work with a few minor gates here. Again, we're going to keep the episodes fairly short, and then maybe we'll start going into some simple redstone devices and constructions once we go through the gates there. I do want to get into explaining various more complicated gates and that kind of stuff, but we'll take it one step at a time. So hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy this, a like is always appreciated, and if you have any comment suggestions, leave them in the comments field, and I will be glad to answer them as best I can. So thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day. Bye bye.